What if one of the strangest villains from the original X-Men cartoon was never just a villain? Because after 33 years, Marvel may have finally revealed who she really was. And the crazy part? Her story connects Gambit, Apocalypse, Kang the Conqueror, and one of Marvel's most bizarre mutant groups into one massive timeline. And once you see the connection, that random villain from the 1990s suddenly becomes very important. Let's go back to the Louisiana Bayou. In X-Men '97, Gambit's story takes a dark turn. After being resurrected and corrupted, he returns to Louisiana looking for even more power. And his plan? Kidnap Rogue, force her into a twisted swamp wedding, and unleash something that longtime X-Men fans probably never expected to see again: the External. If you watched the original X-Men the Animated Series, you might remember her. Or you might have completely forgotten her. She appeared in the 1993 episode, The Final Decision, a mysterious figure worshipped by Louisiana's thieves and assassins. She was treated almost like a supernatural swamp goddess. Every 10 years, these criminal guilds were expected to pay tribute. But the cartoon never answered the obvious questions. Who was she? Where did her powers come from? And why was this mysterious woman powerful enough to control entire criminal organizations? Then the show moved on, and Marvel basically left the mystery sitting there for more than 3 decades. But here's where things get crazy, because the comics had already planted the answer. In the early 90s, Marvel introduced the Externals, a group of incredibly powerful, long-lived mutants connected by a psychic bond. And one of them was Kandra, also known as the External. Kandra wasn't just some random immortal mutant. She was connected directly to Apocalypse and his plans for mutant evolution. And then X-Men '97 quietly dropped another massive clue. Earlier in the season, Kandra appeared during the Ancient Egypt storyline. She was serving Ramatut, who comic book fans immediately recognized as Kang the Conqueror. And before Kang disappeared into the timeline, he gave Kandra a bizarre warning. Her destiny was only beginning. And Apocalypse could only be challenged by something external. At first, it sounded like nothing more than a cryptic line. Now, it looks like some of the biggest foreshadowing in the entire season. Because episode 7 finally reveals what happened to Kandra. She wasn't always the mysterious swamp goddess. Centuries earlier, she served Apocalypse himself. And their relationship appears to have been much deeper than simple loyalty. Apocalypse gave Kandra her incredible powers through a mysterious glowing gem, a source of power she would carry for centuries. But eventually, Kandra betrayed him. She abandoned Apocalypse, crossed through time, and eventually became the legendary figure worshipped in the Louisiana Bayou. Which means that the bizarre villain from the original 1990s cartoon was actually connected to Apocalypse, connected to Kang, connected to Gambit, and connected to the immortal mutant Externals. Think about how insane that is. A character who originally looked like a disposable supernatural villain was secretly sitting inside a much bigger Marvel mythology. And that's exactly why X-Men '97 works so well. The show isn't trying to erase the old series. It's doing something much smarter. It's digging through the past and turning forgotten details into future storylines. A character that seemed meaningless in 1993 can suddenly become important decades later. A throwaway mystery can become major mythology. And if Marvel just solved a 33-year-old X-Men mystery, there's one question we have to ask. What other forgotten character from the original series is secretly waiting for their moment? Because if X-Men '97 keeps digging through that old cartoon, we may discover that some of those random characters were never random at all. So tell me, what X-Men mystery from the original animated series should Marvel solve next? Drop your theory in the comments, because the next reveal could be hiding in plain sight.